guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am bringing another video for you guys. This is not the video that I was planning to make this week. The other video is just gonna have to be pushed out a little bit, but it doesn't really matter because it'll be out there soon. So if you guys don't know, I am currently 32 weeks pregnant, and yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I finally sat down and I made my birth plan. And you guys have no idea how good that feels because I have been meaning to get it done since like the beginning of the second trimester. So I highly recommend you guys to do it earlier in your second trimester or like in the middle or something like that, because there might be things that you might think of that you might want to add to your birth plan later on. And if you guys make it last minute, then you guys, there's a high chance that you might forget something on there. And then obviously don't wait too long because you never know when you're gonna go into labor. One of the biggest reasons why I felt like I really needed to get this birth plan done was because honestly, I have been getting this feeling like I'm going to go into labor early, which is super weird. And I don't know if I can trust my gut feeling on this because I mean, like everybody in my family and even I with my first pregnancy, I went over like a week and everybody in my family went over like a week or 2 weeks. So it kind of runs in our family that we give birth later than normal. But yeah, I can't help but get this feeling and I don't want to ignore it. But honestly, it does not hurt to be ready earlier on. So this week, I was not only able to complete my birth plan, but I also pre-registered for the hospital, which is a big deal and I'm super excited about that. So today, I am going to be sharing with you guys my birth plan. I will say that I am leaving out the part about vaccinations because I'm not here to start a debate, and honestly, it doesn't matter. Okay, sorry, I just had to change my battery out real quick. So with my first pregnancy, I did make a birth plan with Theron. I just Googled a ton of birth plan examples and I put in whatever I wanted. But the funny thing is, when I got to the hospital, the whole time, during my labor, during my delivery, I never once pulled out my birth plan. And as we went along, I kind of told them what I wanted. But honestly, it would have been really helpful if I would have pulled out my birth plan. That way the nurses and midwives already knew ahead of time what I wanted. And yeah, it would have just been easier for all of us. Anyways, enough talk, let's get into the birth plan. This is not my birth plan. This is just a blank piece of paper that I used for the thumbnail. I actually don't have a printer, so I haven't yet gotten around to printing out my birth plan, but it's on my phone here. Okay, so my birth plan, it starts out with just a little intro paragraph, 3 main points, and then it's broken down into 4 sections: labor, birth, newborn care, and post-birth for mother. And there's just a bunch of bullet points in each one. And it's only 1 page long. I know a lot of mommies go crazy and they go like the full 5 pages. I just kind of went simple with mine and I don't know, I'm really satisfied with it. So anyways, I put my full name on there and then I started with the little intro paragraph, which I will read for you guys now. So it says, this birth plan is intended to express the preferences and desires we have for the birth of our baby. As this is our second child, we fully understand that complications may occur and the plan may or may not be followed completely. If any issues or difficulties present themselves, please keep us informed and aware of our options and discuss with us any procedures or medications before administering them. We greatly appreciate your cooperation and we respectfully request the following as part of our birth plan. So with my last labor and birth, I did end up having a lot of complications, and for the most part, they did a really, really good job of just keeping us informed and telling us what our options are, and I was really happy with that. So then we go into the 3 bullet points. Number 1, Slavik is my support person / husband / father of the baby. He will be present with me during labor and delivery. I think it's important that you put down your support person's name in your birth plan, just so that they know. Bullet point number 2, Slavik will be video recording the labor and delivery. Please allow him to do so unless there is an emergency. So I know that there are some hospitals or birth centers that actually do not allow you to video record or anything like that, so keep that in mind. You might want to check with your hospital, but my birthing center does allow it and I am planning to vlog for you guys. And if you guys are on the fence about recording your labor and delivery, honestly, I highly recommend that you do. And let's say if like 6 months down the road you do not like the footage, you can always delete it. But seriously, it is such an amazing thing to have. And I still keep looking back at Theron's footage every once in a while. Seriously, I love it. And then bullet point number 3, I don't know if you guys might think that this one's not very nice, but I felt like I needed to add this one in there just because of some things that happened with my last birth. So, any rude, impatient, or inappropriate staff or anyone who refuses to cooperate with our birth plan due to any reason aside from an emergency will immediately be asked to leave the room. So one thing you have to remember, if this is your first birth or something, the nurses can be kind of pushy and bossy just because they think you don't know any better or you won't talk back to them. So just remember that if they're making you feel uncomfortable or they're being rude, just get them out of there. It's not worth it to have them ruin your birthing experience. So the reason I put this bullet point in here is when I was pushing, one of the nurses that was coaching me to push, she was forcing me to have my chin to my chest. And that forced me to push a lot with my face, which caused my eyelids to like swell up and my face to swell up, and I completely broke out in a rash. And every time I would try to push like this with just my head leaning back, she would snap at me and tell me to put my chin to my chest. And that made me really frustrated, but I didn't say anything at the time. But I really wish I would have, because the way I looked so disgusting. I felt so disgusting after I gave birth that I didn't want anyone to visit me after I had the baby, which, you know, kind of ruined my experience there. So yeah, if anyone's being rude or anything, just get them out of there. Okay, so going into the labor section. My toddler Theron and his babysitter Daria may visit during labor. Natural labor and birth will be attempted. I did get the epidural last time, but I still want to try going for natural. Dim lighting is preferred unless otherwise requested. Please offer nitrous oxide, that's just laughing gas, prior to offering the epidural for pain relief. So my midwife talked to me about this, and she just told me that there are other options besides just the epidural. And I was like, okay, I would love to give the laughing gas a try. It's not going to take your pain away, but it's just going to relax you. And then I would like to stay hydrated by drinking clear fluids rather than with IV fluids. And that's all I have for the labor section. And then going into the birth section, one is no episiotomy. I didn't have to have one with Theron, so I highly doubt that I'm gonna need one with this one, but I am requesting no episiotomy just in case. Basically, it's been proven that natural tearing heals a lot faster and better than an episiotomy would. And then please allow/offer alternate birthing positions. Last time I only had the option of giving birth on my back just because I had the epidural, and that's kind of one of the main reasons why I don't want to have an epidural again. There's a lot of reasons though. And so that's it for the birthing section. I only have 2 bullet points. Then going into the newborn care section. 1, Slavik will announce the gender of our baby. Still don't know the gender. Then delay cord clamping until the cord has stopped pulsating. If you guys don't know anything about delayed cord clamping, I highly recommend that you guys look into it. It was on my birth plan last time, but I wasn't able to do it because Theron was stuck. He stopped breathing. It was a whole mess, and they had to cut the cord right away. And then Slavik will cut the cord skin to skin immediately after birth. Allow 1 hour of alone time for bonding or breastfeeding prior to routine procedures such as weighing, measuring, the APGAR, etc. And then the next one is I am planning to exclusively breastfeed the baby, so no bottles please. And then blood may be wiped off, but please avoid bathing the baby. The reason I don't want them to bathe the baby is because the smell of the baby actually increases the milk production for the mom, and since I'm planning to exclusively breastfeed, that's kind of important for me. I'm not planning to full on bathe the baby in a bathtub until the umbilical cord falls off. And then if baby is covered in vernix, please do not attempt to remove it or clean it off. So last time I ended up giving birth at 41 weeks and Theron didn't even have any vernix left. It was all already soaked into his skin. But if you give birth and your baby is covered in vernix, I recommend that you don't wipe it off, rub it into their skin instead. It's really good for them. Next one is baby is not to leave the room unless there is an emergency, in which case Slavik is to attend. So basically I want either me or Slavik watching the baby the entire time. And then the last bullet point for the newborn care is absolutely no circumcision. And then the last section is post-birth for mother. So 1, I have no need for the placenta after the cord has been cut. 2, guests are welcome after delivery when I feel ready. And then 3 is I would like to be released home as soon as possible. I think there's no point on sticking around at the hospital if all is well. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have for my birth plan. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any suggestions or anything that I should change or add to my birth plan, leave me a comment down below. And yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I hope I can get this video up today. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And then tap that bell so you guys can get notifications of when I do upload my videos. I think that's it. Bye guys!